Viewers, we are here at Gambia police station. As you know, earlier today, Neneh Gomez was arrested with Lamin C, and also we also had that journalist Yusuf Tello, better known as Flex Dan, was arrested, as well as rapper Killer Ace, but they were all granted bail. Like Killer Ace and others were granted bail like a couple of minutes ago. So Neneh, tell us, what happened again? Why were you arrested?
Well, may I say
re-arrested? Yes.
Re-arrested. Okay, well, that's the thing. I mean, we just went to the property for inspection because we have our materials there. Cement, sand, work materials is in the property, and we go there from time to time. Right. So when we went there, and to our dismay, we met some work going on. And apparently they say it's the OIC people that have the contractors that are working to clear and set up an area so that because they have scheduled foundation stone laying, which the president is going to be officiating on the 16th of July. So, you know, I mean, those people are innocent. When they told me that is what they were doing there, I removed my phone and was filming what they were doing, the work that is ongoing. And the most disheartening part is they are using our materials to do what they're supposed to do, our sand and cement and all. I mean, what? Unheard of. So as we were, you know, I was filming that, all of a sudden, prior to even me starting filming, you see, a couple of police officers came talking to me that we should go because they were there on command and, you know, they're guarding the place and nobody should come in. I said, no. May I repeat again, anybody that is here is trespassing, is illegally in this property. They should not be here. And nobody has the right to send me out. So we were talking, and basically he was listening. We were talking, I was explaining to him. Then I decided to film what was going on, the way they were taking the sand, our own sand, trips of sand that we put on the property. They were putting on wheelbarrow and putting it where they were walking. All of a sudden, I just felt my hair being yanked. Okay. By the time I turned, almost falling down, this was like a whole troop of paramilitary in riot gears and all that, you know, that were with me. And you could hear the other one was like, I just, you know, Asamba, adjust, and all that thing. And my hands were twisted, you know, they broke my nails, and then my hair came off and threw us, both myself and Lamin, on the pickup truck and brought us to Gambia. So we were here for hours before our lawyer showed up, and then they said that we were being charged for trespass and I think obstruction of a police officer, or idly conduct, some bogus charges yet again. And finally we were granted bail, both of us, myself and Lamin. But Flex, Yusuf, came as a journalist and was talking to me, and the police officer was, oh, you don't just walk in and start talking to somebody who is being detained. You have to announce your presence. And he was like, oh, sorry, you know, I'm a journalist. He was like, what? How would I know you're a journalist? And Flex went and brought his press card and showed it to them. But then you have somebody else, when Flex went out to take his press card, there was another officer who was telling the officer that in Maneka na kana song idea mo parce que ñu la ka call be janjang internet toto ñu la ka call be foje, you understand, pania foral them or whatever, you know. But so when Flex came and was talking to the officer and showed the press card, you have somebody jump from over there like, oh, this place is too crowded, everybody should go out, and literally like physically was pushing them out. And grown-ass men, you don't treat them that way. So we're like, no, treat us with respect. At the end of the day, it is our right to be here. We have our people, we come to show solidarity. And besides that, this is a public place, it's a police station, and we can be here. But even if you're asking us out, do it with respect, with decorum, but you cannot be pushing us. You know, everybody jumped, the other people who were at the back just came, they all yanked Flex and Killer Ace and tore his, you know, clothes and all that. They wounded Ace on the finger. So that's about it. Then finally they said those people were under arrest, so they took them to the cell. Oh, let me forget, even Lamin, initially, I was sitting over here, but then they took Lamin to the cell. Until at the time that they were granting us bail, that's when they went to bring Lamin out from the cells and then granted us bail. So they took Flex and Ace to the cell until now that, you know, we talked and took phone calls running up and there, orders from the top, executive orders on command, and finally they are released on bail as well. So this is the situation. But then again, just reminding Gambians, this is not Neneh. Neneh has done the fight and fought everything legally the right way in the courts. Now it's a matter of the people, the citizenry, and against an executive that really does not respect the citizenry that voted them in. It's about the rule of law to be protected. So it's for Gambians to think and take Neneh out of this picture and say, do we want to go back to dictatorship? Do we really? Because the courts are our last resort. And if a court order, it doesn't matter whether it's the subordinate court, whether it's the magistrate court, the high court, the court of appeal, the Supreme Court, any court order from a competent job appointed should be respected. And if that is not respected, then we are doomed as a country. Absolutely. And to be honest, dictatorship is right in here. It's not even creeping. It has already consumed us. It's already in our midst, and that's what we are living. But again, I am Neneh. I refuse to be intimidated because I'm the voice beyond representation. So, no amount of intimidation is going to stop me from going to our rightful property. If they are able to go to court and have the courts to give them an order and say, don't go to that property again, that will be the last day I will step my foot there. But until and unless they get that, I still hold that that property legally belongs to the organization I represent, Home of Medical Mission Global Home. But as country director, I will keep on going there to carry on with work and ensure that the rule of law is upheld and respected.
But the government said that the lease has been revoked. Aren't you respecting the decision?
No, that is a lie. It's a lie, a fabrication. We got our first judgment in 2019, and they're revoking a lease in 2022. Yes. Is that not flaunting a court order? Because let's say we were not in court, the matter has never gone to court. Then they could have sat in their offices and do what they're supposed to do. But since the matter was a subject to the court, they had no right whatsoever, no moral authority to unilaterally sit in their offices and take any actions. It's against the rule of law. It's a disrespect of the Constitution. So, to ask you again, what were you doing at this place until they arrested you? Like I said,
re-arrest you?
We have our stuff on the property. Our property, we have sand, we have cement, we have work materials. It's all over there.
So you are saying your building materials are being used?
Yes. We met them using our sand, our cement, and everything. They're using it.
When you say we met them, who are those people?
Well, the contractor said he's contracted by the OIC Secretariat to clear that place and prepare it for the foundation stone laid. Basically, what they're doing is they're trying to put up a shed using wood, but then they're making a pavement where they're putting up where the stage supposedly is supposed to be, and they've already cleared also a whole vast place where I guess visitors or dignitaries or whoever is going to grace that occasion where they will be seated. So basically, work is ongoing. But they're using our property, our materials that we put there, that we were working with, they're using that as we speak.
Roughly how many bags of cement do you think they use, or, you know?
Well, I left there because remember when the trucks brought the cement, we were only able to offload 43 bags of cement, and that's what they're using. And we almost have about 20-something trips of sand in there.
Okay, so they're using both the cement and the sand?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's for Gambians to really, I mean, you say it's not ours, but that is my property, the sand. The sand is not in dispute. My work materials are not in dispute. I bought that. So why would you use it? Bring your own and use it. That's the right thing to do. Was it not proper for you to, when you see that you also take the matter to the lawful authorities, then, you know, filming them until you and there was an altercation between you and the paramilitary officers? Say that again?
I said, when you arrive at the scene, you met them using this, like you said, the building materials. Why not you took the matter to the authorities, then, you know, start filming and engage in confrontation?
No, but when I take the matters to the authorities, what am I going to show them? I was trying to get evidence. So I removed my phone. I was recording everything that was happening to show how they were, you know, taking the sand and all that thing, so that when I go, I can be able to present that. But if I just walk away, what am I going to present? There is no evidence for me to present, and that was what I was doing when they just barged on me and pulled my hair and yanked me and, you know, did everything possibly they could at that short period. So what next for you now? Well, as far as we're concerned, the judgment of the court is still subsist. Okay. It's that it has not been set aside, it has not been revoked, But of course, with these actions, we're going to go to court to file contempt proceedings, to file for this arrest again. We will not be tired. As long as the judiciary is there, we will continue to use the judiciary to make sure that our rights are being protected and our rights are not violated under no accord or under no circumstances. So because we are not breaking the law.
Who do you hold responsible for all this?
Well, first and foremost, President Barrow. Okay. And everybody that is under President Barrow. The President, the Minister of Lands, the Minister of Justice, the OIC, the Minister of Works, all of them, the whole cabal, they are involved. Because if one person is doing it wrong, it's the responsibility of the other to call their attention and say, oops, this is not right. But first and foremost, the Attorney General, who is a lawyer. Yeah. For me, it's really a disgrace. Yeah. It's pit bottom low. I mean, it's an embarrassment of the profession. If I was a lawyer, I will derope because I'll be ashamed to practice in this country where the rule of law is not being respected. That's how I feel right now. If I was a lawyer, I will not practice because what's the point of me going to court to fight for my clients when I know that the executive, the AG, you know, the custodians of the rule of law are the ones planting it. I will not practice because it's an embarrassment.
Do you have trust in the judicial system?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. Even though the court orders, they are doing what they're supposed to do. Because when matters are filed, they make sure they hear it and give everybody a fair hearing. They give everybody a chance and a judgment is entered. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. But the enforcers are the ones who are flouting the law. The enforcers are the ones who are disrespecting the Constitution, not the judiciary. They're doing what they're supposed to do. And I still have absolute faith in them.
I can see that. How many? Your hair. Can you bend down a bit?
It's a testimony, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, a couple of them.
Yeah. You know, so all these things.
What are you going to do with this one? I'm sure.
Well, I'm going to remove it. Julie left.
No, I mean, I also going to take an action.
You see my fingernails?
Yeah.
They broke my fingernails.
No, I mean,
from twisting my hands and all that.
So I also going to take an action again.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Do you identify
because
those?
they have no right whatsoever. An arrest doesn't mean brutality. We have to say no to brutality. It continues to happen. And it's always touching people, innocent citizens. But everybody thinks it's not my business because it didn't come to me. And before you know it, it's going to come to your doorstep. It's going to touch somebody close to you. So the best thing is to stop it so that it doesn't affect anybody. But if you think it's not my business, one day it will come to you.
Thank you so much.
And again, what I tell people, this is not about Neneh, this is about the rule of law. Yeah. We have done what we're supposed to do. Let the citizens, the Gambians, patriotic citizens, get up and say no to what is happening right now. Because it's absolutely wrong.
What is next for you in pursuing this?
Like I said, we're going to go back to the court. In regards to